Welcome back to another episode of When You Have Throat Cancer. So yesterday I was supposed to start chemo and radiation, but we had a slight hiccup. So I'll read you through what happened. My mom and I drove over to Bethesda. Nothing was wrong. Got to our appointment on time. Nothing was wrong. Went in the back. Nothing was wrong. They started prepping me and everything. And then I started to get lightheaded. And then I started to feel like something wasn't right. And then darkness. When I came to, there was a whole bunch of people looking down on me, just like, and I'm looking up like, what's going on? Turns out I passed out, and they had to slap me in the face to wake me up. And at first I didn't know where I was at, because I was just like, where are all these people standing around while they slapped me in my face? So they weren't sure why I fainted, so they called EMT. This was the first for me. They called the fire people. EMT comes. They put me on the gurney and everything, and they asked me who I was. And I said, Wade Wilson. They all laughed. I said, no, I'm Deadpool. They laughed again. I said, no. I gave them my name. But it was the first time I'm at the hospital. Had to take me to the ER. So they wheeled me down to the ER, and they're doing their EKG machines. And it turns out my heart has on a downbeat, it beats like 2 or 3 times more than it should. So they were scared that one, my heart was the reason why I fainted. So they kept asking me, have you ever fainted before? I said, well, if you count getting your nipples pierced for the second time, going through the scar tissue, then yes. Other than that, no, I've never fainted before. Are you sure? I'm like, I'm pretty positive. I don't remember if I fainted before. Do you have any chest pains? No chest pains. Ever? Never. Never any chest pains. Are you sure? Like, I'm pretty positive. No chest pains. So all day on Monday, they kept asking me, did I have any chest pains? Do I have any chest pains? Or, do you feel that the rhythmic heartbeat? I'm like, no, I don't feel any of that stuff. So they decided around 11 o'clock that day, yesterday, Monday, that they were going to admit me to the hospital so I could get some tests done for my heart. There was stress tests and a couple things like that. So I got admitted, and let me tell you, bored in the house. I was bored in the house. That was a long day. So anyways, I probably got like maybe 4 hours of sleep. So it's 4:30 in the morning. They came in and they drew some blood and everything. I will say this though, I've only stayed overnight in the hospital twice my whole entire life. And the first time was because of my vestibular issue, and it was so noisy. I was like, how do people get any sleep up here? But this time they had me a little bitty pack that was hooked up to all the telemetry stuff. So I was mobile, but I got this pack right here, and I got my IV right here. And I'm like, this is going to be really fun sleeping. And it wasn't fun sleeping at all. So anyways, about 7 in the morning, I'm thinking around, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we'll get those stress tests done. 9 o'clock comes, 10 o'clock comes, 11 o'clock comes, 12 o'clock comes, nothing. So they decided to basically say, hey, you know what? We looked at his EKG. We don't think there's anything wrong with his heart, but he needs to get his chemo and his radiation started. So tomorrow, I'm going to do chemo and radiation still. And hopefully I don't pass out this time. Not hopefully. I will not pass out this time. And they rescheduled me for September 3rd for a stress test. And I'm supposed to wear some telemetry thing. I've done that before. And they said I was fine, but I'll do it again. We'll go from there. So, tomorrow starts the battle for Deadpool, a.k.a. Wade Wilson, a.k.a. me. So, tomorrow we'll start with the, what are we doing tomorrow? We'll start with chemotherapy tomorrow, and then we'll do radiation later that day. And I'll let you know how that goes.